Hey men, Todd Grishik with Empowered Men Coaching. How you doing today? Listen, I wanted to talk a minute about boundaries and personal space. Had an interesting conversation with a client recently, and the conversation was about his desire to stop using weed, right? It's one of the things that he does or uses when he's stressed. And so we set a goal, 90-day goal, and worked a plan. And what happened was he had a couple really busy days at work. Things were going on, lots of demands on him. In addition to that, I don't know, the flat tire and different things happened with the car. And so after a couple of days, all of a sudden this guy is getting ready to go on this trip and he needs to pack. But before he can do that, he's got to reset. And his reset is using weed. So he had been about a week weed free, and then just kind of fell apart because he needed his reset. And the problem wasn't at that moment when he did the weed. The problem started back with a lack of boundaries and a lack of defending his personal space. So personal space is interesting, right? Personally, like if someone's talking to you, they're not going to be talking to you like this, right? They would be like spitting on you. You could smell their breath. It would be horrible, right? You're not going to do that. Well, we have the same type of personal space emotionally. And think of a target, right? Think of a bullseye. And you're in the center. You're the red dot. That's you. And if anything touches the red, that's on your nerves. It's getting to you. It's like needles, right? Something's like penetrating your personal being, okay? So the other areas on the target are different things. So right outside the red where you are, that's your personal space. It's your buffer. It's what protects you from being triggered, right? And so thinking of the bullseye, on the very far circle, just people you run into during the day. The guy at the gas station, somebody at the grocery store, whatever it is. People you don't know, but they interact with you in some way. And that interaction can get to you, it can affect you, or you have an appropriate boundary where you push back, or you leave, or you drop it, or whatever it is that you need to do to maintain your personal boundary in that situation. What happens is if you don't protect your personal boundary, that ring gets wider, right? And it moves in. And in order for it to move in, it has to take up some space. It takes up that personal space you have around yourself. You're the red dot. The first ring around you is that personal space. And if we don't protect our boundaries, so we've got people we don't know, we've got people we work with, our boss, we've got family, we have kids, we have spouses, all of those are rings. And as they push in on us and we don't maintain our appropriate boundaries, where the space is being used up is around us, the center, the red dot, and it gets shorter and shorter and shorter until all of a sudden it's bumped up right against us and we're triggered. So in this case, my client was triggered, right? And he went to his release. His release was weed. Your release could be booze, it could be porn, it could be food, it could be video games, it could be spending money, whatever it is. But once you get bumped up and you're hit, your nerves start firing and you're just looking for relief. So my point is, don't let your buffer shrink. Maintain your boundaries further out in the rings. Maintain those boundaries and they won't encroach and they won't take up that space of your personal buffer and enclose on you. So tomorrow what we'll talk about is, what happens? The boundaries fell down and now, boom, your red dot, your center is being touched and all cylinders are firing. So what do you do in that case? Tune in tomorrow and I'll let you know. In the meantime, hit subscribe and follow me here on my channel. And if you have any comments, questions, something you'd like to discuss, put a comment in there and let me know. Maybe we'll discuss it. Hope you have a great day. Hope you're working and being intentional about being your best self. Take care, man. Ciao.